Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Republic. Last time we went into the sewers, freed Zalbar from the slavers. We also, it just occurred to me I need to do something real quick. You're back? Back here, we now have Karth in our party. Back again. Also, let's replace his Arcanian pistol with Bendax. It does technically less damage, but it's upgradable, so I like it. Also looks nice in his hands. Pose time. Anyways, I'm siding with Zalbar, and anyways, we also went into the Undercity and actually gave them we did a lot of things. One, we turned in Bendoc Starkiller's things. We went to the Hidden Beck's base and got the prototype accelerator. We basically slaughtered right to the Hidden Becks, and also gotten a ton more things. In this episode, we're gonna be heading back into the Hidden Beck's base and finishing up the Swoop race arc. So, we're entering into the Swoop race as the Hidden Becks, well, volunteer. So, let's get the prototype engine. Should have had mission with us, actually. I just realized that. Not too late now.
You have returned. You have the prototype Swoop engine accelerator with you?
I have the accelerator right here.
I was beginning to wonder if you would make it. The race is tomorrow, and my mechanics need time to install the prototype into the Swoop engine of our bike.
Okay, I lived my end of the deal, so now you better come through.
Don't worry. I'm a man of my word. I promised you could ride in the Swoop race under the Hidden Beck banner, and I'm still going to let you do that. And I'm even going to go one better. I'm going to let you ride the Swoop bike with the prototype accelerator installed on it. Without it, you won't stand a chance.
Gadden, you can't be serious. We need one of our best
What the frick was
riders
that
on
animation?
bike. We can't let some rookie take the prototype engine into the
She got
race.
possessed for a second. Why are you doing this, Gadon? Or, is they just right? Gadon, one of your own riders should get that Swoop bike.
I have to be honest with you. There's a reason I'm letting you take the prototype engine. The accelerator isn't stable. There's a good chance it could explode during the race.
What?
Explode? Are you crazy? Why would we risk riding that thing then?
I can't ask one of my own riders to take the risk. They'll be running unmodified swoops in the race. You'll be the only one using the prototype. If you can complete the track before the accelerator overheats, then you'll win for the Becks. If you die, then one of my other riders could still come through for me.
Sounds like you got all your bases covered.
You don't get to be leader of a swoop gang if you don't know how to work all the angles.
Alright. I'm ready for the race.
You can stay here tonight. The mechanics need time to install the
Hey,
accelerator
your
on
base
the
is asleep.
engine, so you won't be able to practice your riding. But I've got good instincts, and you have the look of a racer about you. Just try to relax.
And one day, Evan
you'll take you to the
has
swoop
helped
track.
several people, slain a ton of people, and has done a lot. But anyways, you spend the rest of the night at the back base. The morning one of the Becks takes you to the Swoop racing pits. There are only racers and mechanics allowed to go. There's still more to read, but it's not as much as usual.
You're the one who's gonna fly the swoop bike, eh? No problem. Don't worry, I've been working the accelerator. That simulator will be a problem, I hope. Ganon mentioned that you've never done this before. You want me to run over the basis of handling a swoop bike for you?
Sure, tell me how it's done.
Very simple first. Really trying to crash anything. There's a reason obstacles scatter around the course, so watch out. All swoops are off the direct filter system, so hitting an obstacle won't cause you to crash, but it will shake you up and maybe slow you down. Troubles with accelerator panels built in the surface. You fly over them, you'll get used to lose the speed. Try to hit them when you see them. Then it starts running hot, you get a warning, you'll switch gears. If not, just try to hang on, you'll be fine.
It's pretty easy. Honestly, most of the time, I've won most of the Swoop bases, but
All our abilities for them will suit you. Each runner knows the track alone. At the end of the day, their post the best time is the winner. Only a runner can run as many heats as they want. But I don't know on the prototype accelerator and the swoop will hold up. No more than 4 or 5 races, I guess. Make your runs count. Gotta put your trust in you. We need to win this race or Brejik's focus. We'll get a whole bunch of new recruits. What happens? We're finished.
I won't leave down.
Sounds like ready. Give off the race announcer over the counter. He'll give you the time to beat and get you out on the course. Already if you're here at the run, so you tweak your pace just in case you go for the lead. You're not going to worry about the prototype or he's floating right on the track. That probably won't happen.
That problem won't happen unless you suck. So, you have some guys to speak to. Like Doba. Hey, look at this! Fresh meat on the track! Well, don't get your hopes up, rookie. No first-year rider has ever won the Swoop Racing season opener. God, I must be getting desperate if he's gathering first-timers off the streets. Then when we Volcars win this year, it'll be over for you hidden bets. And those are the red arrows. Another rookie on the track, eh? Give your punks a helmet, a swoop wicket, and suddenly go all figure racers. But judging by the look of you, I'd say you don't have much to worry about. I don't have much to worry about. The Becks are really scraping the bottom of the barrel now. Like you think. There's two over here, frickin' angle. Never understood why so many new riders put a start at the big race of the year. Accelerate again and slap your swoop bike will help, but I don't think that'll be enough. Plus, there's a chance it will explode during your run. And this frick.
Watch yourself on the track, rookie. Every leader's coming with you first-timers. Be back to the members of this allowed to work down the track. But be careful and good luck.
The Volcars know I slaughtered through the ranks, right? They probably have, like, at most 10 members. Anyways, there's a Volcar guard. No one's allowed to touch the prisoner. Brejik's orders. She wouldn't hear you anyway. She's got a neural disruptor collar on her. She took you under control. Bastila. Yep, there's Bastila Shan. Right now, locked up and dressed in God knows what. But anyways, so the race, talk to the race announcer. You're here to race, right? Okay, let's see who your sponsor is. Ah, you're ready for the hidden bets, I see. Always liked them. Albeit show these Volcars I think are true. But I digress. Okay, you're registered now. Good luck and try not to get yourself killed. We've only lost one rider today, and we got to keep it that way. When we're ready, you can hit the track. I want to race one of my heats. Or what's my time to beat? Well, we're just having the best time of 38:43. Good, but not the best I've ever seen. I don't know if he'll stand up. I want to race one of my heats. Okay, let's get out on the track. So, you want to do this race, beat the time, don't go too fast though. If you go too fast, you have to do 2 attempts for this. Also, this is the Swoop race mechanic. Press the button and you'll start the engine. You want to hit these things basically kind of like F-Zero style. But you want to basically get the best time you can. When you see that thing, switch, or else it'll explode. So, you want to get above 38 seconds, but not too fast. That, oh yeah, by the way, each time you get hit, you go down a gear. Basically, get to the end without, you know, going too fast that you basically, that you can't beat it, you know? So 27 seconds, I can beat that. Easily. I've gotten 20 seconds at most. Heck, that wasn't even my best run.
You did it. You got the top time. Your speed races are doing this 20 years. This is amazing. Someone who's never been a swoop before today comes in and wait a minute. I don't believe this. Look at the board. All the Volcars will take your time. Who is it? Oh, it's Red First. It's him now. That's okay. The day ain't over yet. We still we're still holding together. You just have to get out of here again and show them most done.
Again, like I said. Yeah, you pressed a run there, rookie, but it wasn't enough, was it? I'm twice ready to ever be, rookie. You can get out there for another run if you want. I bother. You never matched the time I posted. I've got to give you credit. You've had a solid run, rookie. There's no way you can match your times. But you can't compete with Redros. He's the best foot rider we've got. He's a lock to win the champion prize of the race he just ran. Basically, he'll win by a few seconds. Not 2 riders can post time as low as you did, rookie. Too bad it didn't stand up. Normally I can match Redros for run, but he had the race to life today. If anyone's gonna beat him, it's gonna have to be you, and without that prototype accelerator.
You're pretty good, rookie. That was the present time you ran there. You might have stood up to us for Redros ran the race of his life. No, I don't know how you to get there and beat them next time. Can't let the Volcars win.
Alright. So let's do another race. Actually speaking from across the counter.
Again, I see. Are you ready to race the track? Not really, of course I've only lost one rider that way today.
Alright, I want to race one of my heats. Okay, let's get him on the track. So now let's do this flawlessly. Or almost flawlessly. Hopefully I don't hit too much. Alright, this time we're gonna hit the thing. Not too much. Alright, I can do this pretty well. I've done this at a maximum of I think 19 or 20 seconds. It's not that hard to do if you just hit these pads and just keep focus on your heat bar. And make sure you don't hit too much. There. 23 seconds. Anyways, and that's a win. Yay!
You did it! You did it! In 20 years, I've never seen anyone have a swoop like that before. No one is gonna beat that time. Nobody! As fellow new history, thank you for that for us. Now, the only thing to wait for the time to come is the official and go collect your prize. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you with the winner of this 2-year Swoop race.
So many throaty voices, oh my god.
Put your hands together and show your appreciation one of the most daring riders the Swoop track has ever seen. Through your courage and gentle courage, you've proven yourself the free Swoop rider on Terrace, and brought great glory to the Hidden Back gang.
This is guy's be cool because I don't want to skip this next. Hey, he actually said Hidden Back gang.
And now here for the traveling prize, Brejik, leader of the Black Folkers.
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Becks with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated.
You're a damn liar, Brejik.
Your swoop bike was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly an unfair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery, I'm withdrawing the Vulca's share of the victory prize.
Connect to this, Brejik. You know the rules, so we will withdraw victory prize after the race. Well, it's all our most sacred traditions.
You old fool. Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Brejik.
And Bastila breaks herself out of prison, kicking the crap out of the guard and stealing his steel-bladed sword.
What? Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
You underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Brejik. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulcus, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the swoop rider! Kill them all!
Alright, and we now have to kill all the swoops. So these guys are hostile, these guys are hostile, and Brejik's hostile. They can pause before they can start. So yeah, basically fight them off, and I have to me. And, okay, Bastila will help us in the battle, basically to help us fight. Bastila is pretty good and can handle herself. She will probably slaughter her way through these enemies. If I can hit him. Anyone can hit him. I'll focus on these guys. How about that? Hit him! He's back, his facing ya. These guys can't shoot us for crap, though, which is good. Sink, and we slice his belly open. And flip sword. Let's loot the corpses before we talk to Bastila. Okay, we get Bastila's double-bladed lightsaber, a Brejik's belt, a Brejik's armband, and Brejik's gloves. So, our first example of gloves in the game, Brejik's gloves. You have dexterity +1. Brejik's gloves are designed to enhance the hand-eye coordination of the wearer. We'll equip it right away. You also have his armband, which instead of being a shield, is actually a piece of equipment. Brejik's armband, when used in conjunction with his belt, generates an effective barrier against melee attacks. Put that on here, and then we have Brejik's belt, which gives a resistance to bludgeoning. So, Brejik's belt, when used in conjunction with his armband, produces an effective barrier against melee attacks. So, we'll equip that to both. So, getting ourselves a -2 against melee damage. So, against bludgeoning damage, which is pretty good against melee. So, yeah. Let's talk to Bastila.
Now maybe those bloody Vulcans will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs?
Name's Evan Raff. I'm here to save you. Or, it's a long story. One of the supers is the only way I can save you.
Save me? Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that
I basically killed every enemy here by myself. I'm just saying you missed constantly.
Stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess.
I didn't think... We don't have time for this. Karth is waiting for us.
Karth is alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please, take me to Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
And meet my... and also another vision. Bastila fighting and decapitating Revan. Or... yeah. Or so you'd think. For that is Revan.
You cannot win, Revan.
Before Revan can fight, his own troops fire upon his ship, knocking him, like, killing him. Sorry. Bastila never killed Revan.
Bastila,
The
you're
own
alive.
Sith troopers
Finally,
did.
things are looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taurus yet? What have you been doing all this time?
We're trying to find you, remember?
I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taurus will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Brejik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
Both you settle down. This isn't helping.
Yes, you're right, of course. I apologize, Karth. This has been a difficult time for me. Of course, I'm happy to listen to your advice. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there. We just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Volkers, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith.
Yeah. Don't worry, I won't let that happen.
I think we'll need some help getting off Terrace. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you.
Something weird happened when we first met. Like, a vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
You fighting a dark Jedi. Revan, I guess.
It's strange. Such visions are often a sign of Force sensitivity.
Are you saying you can use the Force?
I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories.
This isn't the first time I had a vision.
The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Terrace, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Terrace.
So, Bastila is rescued and now a party member. You experienced a powerful vision when first meeting Bastila. The vision could be an indication that you have a strong connection with the Force, but Bastila was reluctant to speculate on such matters. That's interesting. We also have our escaping terrorist plan. So, we're trying to need help from one of the locals to get off the planet. So we can also start talking around and doing some dialogue. But we can also look at the lightsaber for Bastila, seeing how much damage it does, 22 to 20. This is insane. These rare exotic weapons are rare and often mostly associated with the Jedi, attracted to the dark side of the Force, for whom reckless aggression is somewhat considered an asset. The double-bladed lightsaber is incapable of inflicting more damage, but also less precise than the single-bladed variant. That's an interesting line. Anyways, we can see we can see when we click on it. All lightsabers are upgradable, by the way. We have access to the crystal color. The facet of crystal used in the construction of a Jedi lightsaber. It grows faintly with inner yellow light. Anyways, we have access to a color crystal, which determines the color of the lightsaber blade, and the power crystal, which determines the traits of the blade. For instance, if it does shocking damage, if it does extra melee damage, yada yada yada. But we'll do. But they can also be swapped out, unlike a melee upgrade. There's her in it. Oh, yeah, let's talk to people. Parth, how are you doing?
Yes, what's on your mind?
Okay, nothing.
You-
Bastila?
How can I help?
I want to talk about something.
I would like to know what happened after you crashed on Taurus. I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces.
We rescued you. We were looking for you.
Yes, I realize that, of course. But surely there was more to it than a simple search. I doubt there were flashing signs pointing you in my direction. Yet somehow you found me. You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulca prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Taurus Swoop champion. That's quite a resume.
What can I say? I'm a talented individual. Or, had a lot of help. Karth, missions, Alvar.
Your modesty is admirable. But though others helped, you were the catalyst for these events. When you were chosen to join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. A Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force.
Are you saying you control the Force?
The Force is in all of us, though for most people it's barely a measurable whisper. But there are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force-sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success. Though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is...
Okay. What are you trying to say?
I'm sorry, I've overstepped my authority. I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you're gifted. Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
Alright, so we learned more from Bastila. I'm talking with her. So, basically, Bastila will just see signs of the Force. She's is acting through you. Or she was reluctant to speculate further, feeling that such matters are the providence of the Jedi Council.
How can I help?
Never mind. Nothing else. I will be bringing Bastila on first, but let's talk to mission.
Hey there. What?
Talk to your brother.
I don't want to talk.
Okay. We won't know more about her until we start some of the companion missions, because every companion in this game has its own quest. But hers, she will be locked into new dialogue options until we start her quest, which we can't start until later in Zalbar. Which we can't do anything with Zalbar until later. Karth as well. And until very later, actually. I think
Yes, what's
until after a certain point of the game, like literally, like almost to the end game. And Bastila we can do almost right away. On the mid game. But missions is the earliest we can in mission, and Dalbar are the earliest we can do the missions. But we'll do them in a bit. So to the apartment complex, we'll bring Bastila, just get her some levels, who is a Jedi Sentinel. Basically the scouts of the Jedi. And we'll also bring Karth, I guess. And this party configuration we want. And as we leave our apartment, a guy comes up to us. You there, human. You're the rider who won the great swoop race in the lower city, yes? That's right. I have a message from Candris Ordo. He says to meet in the cantina. Candris, isn't that Mandalorian that works for Davik? Yes, that's the one. Given his connections, you can see why he would be wise to attend this meeting. Candris didn't say why he wanted to meet you. He only said he had an offer you couldn't refuse. Thanks for the message. I'll go meet him in the cantina. Wise choice, human. I'll advise against you not to wait too long. Mandalorians are for many things, but patience is not one of them. And let's give Bastila some equipment, because she's right now wearing some regular clothing. She also cannot equip armor. That's one thing about her. She cannot equip armor, nor should she, honestly. Instead, we will give her increased will, an energy shield, a adrenal amplifier, and her lightsaber. Which it looks really freaking cool. I'm just gonna say that. I love lightsabers like in this game. And this is completely her lightsaber. So we use this entire game. Also, again, you still do the glitch with that, but let's level up her stats. Again, like I said, she is the scout of the Jedi. Basically having force power, having things in awareness and treat injury, though her things aren't that good. But she has actually, because she's a Jedi, she has access to a new rank of a thing, also a unique skill, battle meditation. The rare ability allows Bastila to coordinate large armies or armies during wartime, influencing base emotion and morale on a grand scale. It can have a dramatic effect on the size of battle, but it's not applicable to small scale combat, aka it does nothing. Alright, so we also have some other things. So for one, they have lightsaber proficiency, meaning that they have lightsabers. Jedi defense. Jedi defense is basically the ability to deflect lightsaber bolts at a time when a character blaster fire upon in opposed rolls made against attacker. This is what makes lightsabers so overpowered in this game. They can deflect blaster bolts back at, like, basically away, meaning that a Jedi can be very much immune to blasters. Battle limitation, and then there's force immunity to fear, meaning that she cannot be affected by fear, which is pretty darn good. And there's Jedi sense, which allows you to have a +2 in defense that's always active. And next is our force powers. Force powers are basically a thing that any Jedi has. Basically, it's a little blue bar on the side here, HP right here. Basically, force powers are things that you can use in battle, kind of like it's similar to stims or grenades, but are much, much, much better. They're that middle bar in between the attack and grenade. So, she has Force Aura, a light side power, restricted by armor. When this power is, which means that she cannot use it while with armor on, because that is actually true. Some armor abilities are not equipable when used with armor, meaning that a lot of the time you actually want to get rid of your armor if you're planning on using Force powers, meaning you want to stick with Jedi Robe. When this power is activated, the Jedi is temporarily granted a +2 to defense and all saving throws. The effect will last for 20 seconds. Next is Effect Mind. It's a universal power. Effect Mind enables the pervasive use of the Force. Once a Jedi has the power, extra options will appear in conversation as appropriate. So this is not guaranteed for extreme commands, or if the target is strong-willed. The power does not affect droids. Only the main player character can select this power during level up. Next is Stun. Basically allows you to assault the mind of an opponent, effectively stunning them for 9 seconds. An effective Fortitude save of the... basically Fortitude. Okay, yeah, basically that's how it works. It's the DC of 5, plus the attacking character's level, the attacking character's charisma or wisdom and charisma modifier. And next up is Force Push. This one's pretty good. An opponent targeted by the power is pushed back 5 meters, thrown to the ground, stunned for 5 seconds, and suffers damage equal to the attacking character's level. It basically, by a reflex save again, wisdom and charisma modifiers mean the target will not be stunned, but suffers damage equal to half the Jedi's level. Force, this is pretty good skill. Honestly, most of the time, Stunned is an extremely powerful skill you want to have, because it means they have no defense. Meaning they can just take ludicrous amounts of damage. And can't dodge. Next up is Throw Lightsaber, which is basically a ranged lightsaber attack. Let's talk to range the lightsaber, guiding with the Force. The target must be 5 meters away. This damage deals always hits, and damage for 1 to 6 for every 2 levels of the attacking character. Note, once the lightsaber is thrown, it will automatically return to the Jedi hand at the next round. Pretty good. Let's also level her up. So we can get her an attribute level up, which we will put into strength, so we get her more attack. Maybe I should put it in charisma, so we can get her stats up. Alright, skills. Again, she's a 1 point in everything but security and stealth. So let's get her treat injury twice. Because she won't really need to be using anything, she's mainly there for attacking, and we can get her a Force power. So here are all the Force powers that are available to us. There's Dark and Light. So Cure, basically, is a full party Cure. Honestly, I would say that Cure and Heal are the best skills in the entire game. You'll be using these the entire game for everything. Honestly, this skill saves runs. It is so good, but it costs a lot of MP. But it actually is affected by Charisma and Wisdom in the level of Force user. The Aura thing basically determines on, basically boost defense and all saving throws. Also pretty good, but, the burst of speed, but basically, Force Aura is for defense, burst of speed is for attack. Burst of speed basically allows you to run twice, but it also gives you 2+ defense, and doubles your movement speed. But each one also increases your attacks per round. Eventually, at Master Speed, you attack twice, and have 4+ defense. You can see where this stacks with Flurry, meaning that when you have Flurry and Master Speed, you do a total of 5 attacks. You will shred most opponents, and also do 2 actions, but yeah. But anyways, the next is Force Valor, which basically improves the saving throws for all party members by 2 points. Which goes into Master Valor, which increased by 5 points and grants immunity to poison, and the effects last for 20 seconds. So, then up next is Force Resistance, which basically offers protection from direct Force power attacks, like lightning. Also gaining the effects, the attacking Jedi makes an opposed roll using a 20 plus his DC, eventually becoming Force Immunity, which allows immunity to all Force powers. Next up is for Energy Resistance, basically which basically gives you a shield made of Force points, which basically blocks all damage types except for 15, and then for Improved Energy Resistance, increase it to another, But yeah, it basically just blanks the time. Why would you use this? Why would you upgrade it anyways? Oh, it adds more damage types. Basically, granting immunity to poison, disease, and absorbing the first 50 points. Okay. Affect Mind eventually becomes Dominate Mind, which basically is pretty good. Basically increasing your Affect Mind, which I will be probably getting this because it will help a lot with phase checks. Stun in Stasis and Stasis Field. Stasis Field, honestly, is one of the best things of the game. Basically being a stun, but for everyone around you. It's an amazing force power that I will be getting eventually. Stun Droid is basically the weaker version. Is also really good. Stun Droid doesn't sound like good. Disable Droid also not good. Destroy Droid is amazing, shredding any droid enemy in seconds. Next was Wound. Basically, this Wound, Choke, and Kill are basically the dark side equivalents of the Stun Droid power. Basically doing this to human targets, also being pretty good. Honestly, a lot of the dark side force powers are extremely good in this game. The only problem is because how Force works, you get penalties for using dark side force powers as a Jedi, as in it costs more MP and does less damage. But still pretty good. Force Slow basically clouds the actions, making a target usually sluggish, basically making them have 2 minus defense. Reflex and attack rolls, the effect will last 30 seconds, it basically slows them down, eventually becoming Plague, and basically giving them poison damage. Basically slowing them down, then basically making them afflicted, making them actually have losing stats, and then doing damage. And then next up is Fear. Fear basically is a fear stun, affected with a fear status, eventually becoming Horror, and then Insanity, making them doing to all enemies. Then there's the overpowered skill of Force Lightning. Force Lightning Shock is kind of good. Pretty good. 1 to 16 damage for each target of the attacking level. Pretty good. Shock affects all hostile creatures in 60 meter directly in front of the Jedi for 1 to 16 points. Also pretty good. For Storm, 10 meters, all enemies, and shreds them. And it also does an effect too, which basically stuns them, I think. Yeah, Force Storm is broken as all can be. Use it if you can. Get it if you can. Even if you're a light side character, Force Storm is amazing. It will shred encounters with multi-groups. Next up is Force Push, which becomes Force Whirlwind, which Force Whirlwind is basically better than Force Push, causing them to basically be entrapped in a maelstrom of air, basically causing them to spin around. This is actually a fun fact. Force Push, Force Whirlwind, and Force Wave are the only Force skill that actually changes the Force skill when level upped. Force Push basically just forces them back and then can stun. Force Whirlwind basically swirls them in a whirlwind, doing damage to them every 2 seconds. And then if you upgrade it again, it basically is a Force Wave, doing a Force Push, but to everyone. And incapacitating, but loses the damaging effect that Whirlwind has. Drain Life is Drain Life, basically draining life from the enemy and having your own. Death Field does it to all enemies around you. Force Suppression, basically, the ability to cancel first and second tier force powers active on the target. It basically gets rid of buffs. And yeah. And then there's Force Breach, which basically allows you to cancel more of them, the higher leveled ones. Then there's Lightsaber Throw, and Advanced Throw Lightsabers allows you to hit 3 separate targets with your thrown lightsaber. So for Bastila, I'll be giving a Burst of Speed. Or maybe I will get... But anyway, recommended is Stun Droid. But I'm not going to get Stun Droid. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to give her Force Speed, which is pretty good. And accept. Also, I'm going to make her script Jedi Sword Support. We'll make her always use her Force abilities. Now let's level up again. Skills. Let's level up Treat Injury again by twice. Powers. We'll give her Force Valor and... Because of things, I may give her more dark side powers. Due to her... Well, as what her lightsaber said. But anyways. And, by the way, these things will level up by level 6. Anyways. Let's give her... Death... let's give her some buffing skills currently. Let's give her... Also, this unlocks level 6 and that's all. So, let's give her Force Valor. Or maybe Stun Droid, actually. Or, I guess, Wound. For Wound. And then we get another level up, which gets let's level skills, get Treat Injury one more time, and then we'll give you, I guess, let's give you Awareness. No, not Awareness, it's horrible. We'll give her Computer Use. Beats. Force Immunity is Stun now, and has Night Sense. Force Immunity is Stun basically means that she's immune to Stun now, because it's part of the Sentinel level up system. Meaning that she's now immune to basically getting stunned by enemy, well, stun effects, and then Knight's Sense basically allows her to get a 4+ thing, a 4+ defense bonus. Also, I'm not sure whether, if you give me a moment. Alright, I found out. You want to get two-weapon fighting for Bastila, because it affects double-bladed lightsabers. Double-bladed lightsabers are affected by two-weapon fighting instead of dueling. You want to realize that I should have realized that earlier, but I also might get her toughness instead. But actually, this is more important to me. The hit is better than the HP right now. And we'll get her another Force Power. This one being Force Shield or Force Cure. Cure is the best Force Power, so might as well give it to her. Also, if you see, her light side is a little lower than all of us. So yeah, let's go visit Canderous in the bar. Yes, this episode will be a little long because it's going to be, well, I think the end of Terrace. It's going to be one dungeon and then we leave. Okay. Karth, where are you? Hi, Karth. I'm here. I'm coming. Just hold up for me. Anyways, let's see which bar we're going to. Do we go to the upper one? Or the lower one? I'm guessing the upper one. I wonder if that person's still unconscious in the bar. Oh, but then too much reason he'll die, you know. That'd be bad. You know, they are a Sith, but hey, they are still nice. Also, you're much weaker in the HP department than all of us, because we all have toughness, as you can see. Also, we were very tough now, with our HP. Those are our stats. Also because Evan, the main character, is extremely powerful. Anyway, hello, Canderous.
I saw you in the Swoop race. Very impressive. You seem like you know how to get results. That's just the kind of person I'm looking for.
What are you talking about?
My name's Canderous Ordo. I work for Davik Kang in the Exchange. The hours aren't great, but they promised me a fortune to work for them. And I have nothing better to do. Mandalorian mercs like me are in high demand. But lately, Davik hasn't been paying me what he promised. I don't like getting cheated. So I figure it's time for me to break the Sith quarantine and get off this backwater planet.
How do you plan to do that?
I've got a plan to escape Taris, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I know can get the job done to help me. That's where you come in.
Careful. Mercs like this haven't a lick of conscience. They'll betray you in a heartbeat. This could be a trap.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to your friend, aren't I? I saw you win that Swoop race and started thinking, anyone crazy enough to race like that is probably crazy enough to break into the Sith military base. I need someone to steal the Sith launch codes from the base. Without those codes, any ship leaving the atmosphere will be disintegrated by the Sith fleet's automated defense guns.
Terrace. Why should I help you?
Here's the deal. You bring me those launch codes, and I can provide the vehicle to get us off the planet. Davik's flagship, the Ebon Hawk.
How do you suppose how are you gonna manage that?
Not yet. First you bring me the launch codes. Then I'll tell you the rest of my plan.
How else to get inside the military base?
Getting in won't be easy. The Sith base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid to slice through it. Lucky for you, I know just the place to get a droid like that. Davik was having one custom built by Janice Nall. Just tell her Canderous sent you, and she'll sell you the droid. Then you can use it to get the launch codes from the Sith base.
Won't Davik get mad if I take his droid?
Davik paid for the droid, but I'm the guy he put in charge of the mission. He won't care how I come up with those codes. Normally I do this myself, but everyone knows who I work for. If I broke into the Sith base, they'd send an army down on Davik's estate to get those codes back. That's why I need you.
Okay, Canderous, got it.
I don't sense any deception from him, which is surprising. This may be exactly what we need.
I'm going to wait in Javiyar's cantina. You come and find me when you've got those launch codes, and I'll make sure we both get off this rock.
Alright, we got our main quest. So, basically what we want to do, you want to head to purchase a droid and escape Terrace. So, basically both these quests increase. So now we can purchase the T3 unit from Janice, and we have to break into that Sith base that we saw earlier. So, yeah. We have the means to break in. We have our sword, we have Bastila, we have Karth, which I might swap out for Karth for the droid. Because I want Bastila to be a part of the battle, because it's the first time Bastila to be a part of the battle in general. So, I think it's pretty funny to see them look for the Jedi, and then out of nowhere, the Jedi barges into the front desk, Starts slashing up all the guards. Wolverines!
Bastila, I was wondering something. How did those Vulkars manage to capture a famous Jedi like you? Were you knocked out when your escape pod
That's
crashed?
a good question.
No, I was conscious. But my force powers were exhausted from using my battle meditation in the battle for the Ender Spire. Without my help, you might have never gotten off the ship alive.
Fair enough, but I've seen you Jedi in action. There's no way those thugs could have stood a chance against your lightsaber.
My lightsaber was misplaced. I couldn't find it after the crash. I looked everywhere in that pod. The Vulkars came and overwhelmed me even as I was searching for my weapon.
Wait,
Oof.
let me get this straight. You lost your lightsaber? I mean, isn't that a violation of some kind of Jedi code or something?
Maybe losing lightsabers is a side of her battle meditation.
Oh, this is no laughing matter. During the crash, my lightsaber must have fallen from my belt and rolled under my seat. The Vulkars probably found it there when they searched the wreckage.
Hey, don't get mad. I'm sorry. It's just funny to think of a legendary Jedi losing her lightsaber. Take my advice. This is one detail you might want to keep out of history texts.
I certainly consider myself a legend, Carth. Though I will consider your advice when I relate these events to the Jedi Council. There is no need for them to know every detail of what transpired.
I can give every detail of what transpired. It's right now being broadcasted to everyone on YouTube. Say hi to YouTube, Bastila. Everyone now knows Bastila lost her lightsaber.
Bastila, did you
Haha.
ever think about joining all the Jedi who were running off to follow Revan and Malak when they went to fight the Mandalorians?
That was nearly 5 years ago. I was still an apprentice. My battle meditation hadn't even manifested itself. Yet even then I had the wisdom to obey the will of the Council. Unlike Revan.
I guess. Still, do you ever wonder if things could have been different? Would Revan and Malak still have been corrupted if the Council had supported them instead of dragging its feet?
Do not blame Revan's corruption on the Council. Your Republic saw only the threat of the Mandalorians, but the wisdom of the Masters saw beyond the immediate threat.
But they see exactly.
There was something lurking out there. Something that devoured Revan and Malak, and many other Jedi. Had the Council sent us all into the unknown, how many more would have fallen?
So you're saying we should have done nothing? Just let the Mandalorians conquer us unopposed? I mean, the Republic was under attack, and the Order abandoned us.
We did not abandon you, but the Council were not about to throw lives away foolishly. In time, we would have aided you against the Mandalorians, but you couldn't wait. Revan and Malak offered a quicker answer, and the Republic chose to walk the easy path rather than the path of wisdom. Now we see the results all around us. You asked me if I think things could have been different. I know they could have. If Revan had only listened to the Council, millions of innocent people would still be alive.
Yeah, right. And every single one of them would be speaking Mandalorian. I think we're done here. Let's just get back to the task at hand.
I mean, the Mandalorians did wipe an entire culture off the planet while they were winning. I'm just gonna say that. I am gonna say that. The Cathlars kind of did get wiped out with the Mandalorians. What? Because they thought, oh, they're tough, let's wipe them out. The entire species. Every single one of them. So much so, they're endangered. So much so, when the Republic forces got there, there was no one left. Read the KOTOR novels.
Jishawa anibong kasha chonasi ichua byongbo joni minamamoto mulera hakugri katkoda parabola tanga book.
So the thing about droids, a yearly maintenance tech and a few replacement parts there, and their routine lasts forever. Kandor said that you can sell the T3 droid to me. Oh, Kandor sent you! Well, why did you say so? Okay, the droid is ready. You have our 2,000 credits. Here you go. Oh wow, look at you, big spender. Okay, T3M4 unit is yours. Pleasure doing business with you, real pleasure. T3M4 join your party. Hooray! And we'll take out Carth for T3. T3 is completely neutral. It has a completely own set of droid things and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah. Also, we got Bastila level up again. So we'll level Bastila real quick. That's the level of Bastila, so I'm gonna get her. Actually, we don't need to boost computer use, which just boost that, and Just boost computer use, why not? So, because we're gonna have her with her in the party a lot, we might as well. Let's boost what skill? What skill? So, let's get her something. I want to let's get Force Valor, because it affects the entire party. Okay, and accept. Next is T3, M3, M4. T3. T3, also known as the most boring unit in the entire game! T3 has no personality, no character traits, and nothing to say about them. They are completely true neutral, as in they have no personality yet. It is not until literally later games where they fix T3 and actually give him personality due to it being a new droid. Yeah. Anyways, the good thing about them is their intelligence modifier. They are extremely smart, and because of that, they get a ton of points. And also have some really good skills. One, computer use skills, and security skills, and repair skills. All skills you want to level up. And well, it's okay. Yes and no. And some skills we can do boop, 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 oh, and boop, 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 boop. And then Technician Logic Upgrade. Technician Logic Upgrade. Which basically is a thing basically allowing for basically being Jedi Defense for droids. So, on T3. Gearhead T3 has way less skills for compared to other characters. Honestly, make T3 a little worse. They have 2-weapon fighting, which is something you do want to get on him, because seriously, it's something you want. And toughness is pretty good. Droid upgrade class is pretty good because it actually lets you equip better gear. Blaster focus basically adds damage. Gearhead improves their already good skills, and then caution just improves their devil's skill. That's it. Don't get caution. Do not get caution. Just get 2-weapon fighting instead. So, boop, 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 boop. And accept another droid level class 2, so then equip their gear. So let's now equip a blaster pistol in their hand. Or heavy blaster. I sure I never had the heavy blaster. Okay, no, we did. Okay. The sword pistol, we never did this, though. These pistols are extremely legal in many planetary systems, being regarded as too powerful a weapon to be owned by civilians. Disruptors reduce solid matter to... So, yeah. So, yeah. T3. And here's their personality.
Sure.
This is the only bit of dialogue you'll ever get from them. And they're not speaking. Because, of course, they aren't. But they are a pretty good companion utility-wise. Beep, 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 beep. I'm asking questions. Beep, whoop, whoop. Beep, whoop, whoop. You don't even know what I'm gonna get. Don't know what I was gonna ask. Beep, whoop, whoop, beep, beep. I'll tell you if I have any advice. Beep, whoop. That's all T3 says. That T3 has no dialogue options, and the only companion without a personal quest. He's honestly, if you're looking for utility, he is the best unit in the game. If you're looking for a character, he is the worst character in the game. And most of the time, you just might as well use the mission, honestly. I'm just gonna say that. But anyways, let's break into the base. Oh, well, that is the insignia for the Sith symbol up there, by the way. Break into the military base. I don't know how long Paris was. Every time I forget how long this planet is compared to other planets in this game, which is just go here, do that, and then boom. Anyways, let's enter the Sith base. Let's get an entire game on Terrace and we'll be fine. Hey, can't come in here. There's a restricted area. Better tell me what you're doing, I'm gonna hit the alarm. Look, I'm in a meeting. Look, here's 50 credits, just don't hit that alarm. 50 credits? You got a deal! This has made my life a living hell ever since they took over this base. It was about time someone stood up for these Sith. Just do me a favor, and wait until I'm out of the bit before you start blasting the place up. I always pay my helpers. Anyways, more of the people will help me. Anyways, so we're gonna do a couple things. One, can't do anything with these. T3, hack the computer. Also, the T3 uses repair kits, by the way. Oops, I just booted up OBS by accident. Come here. Alright, so log out and let's quick save real quick. Your computer use is pretty good, right? How good is it? Just checking. 16. Yeah, you're really good. Anyways, slice computer. System override accepted. Let's use the security cameras first. Barracks. So there's some droids here that are alongside our a Sith officer and some Sith troopers. Next up is the big barrack secondary, which has a power conduit again. Let's overload the power conduct for 1 spike due to T3's insane skill. Boom! Killing all the troops inside. Anyways, switch to camera route. Reception, which is us. Don't do anything. Medical. And the medical droid and another droid. Nothing that we can do there. Control center. That's the main hall, or the main area. Can't do anything there, but we can go to the elevator and see a droid with a cup with 2 turrets. This is a pretty dangerous area. I want to do 2 things. 1, disable the droid shield spikes. Disable the shield. And open the elevator. So now we can just get in there when we can. Anyways, switch to the root menu. And let's head to the armory. There's turrets here. And not much we can do else. So, access the commands, and let's take sentry turrets. We could hack if we had one more thing, but I want to take sentry turrets offline. So, let's return to the menu and log out. Boom.
What?
So yeah, for a couple spikes, it's more than enough to go to. We just did. Alright, and some troops are in here, of course. Throwing a grenade in close quarters! What the frick are you doing? But Bastila can help a lot due to her droid support. We'll basically use up all of her force powers before she goes in the attack. Honestly, most of the time, you want to use it. Put all Jedi on force support, or else they will literally never use their force powers. And that guy had a shank. But we took him out with a good old slashing slash method. And that guy dropped a data pad at the Sith officer. Also an adrenal alacrity. Let's see what this control panel we can't do anything with, but we can check what that data pad had. Do my best British accent, there we are. Here's the activity log for the day. Of interest to the following entry. The power conduit which we installed in the elevator seems to have solved the shield outage problem on the droid. Finished tuning it today. So that's good. Alright, so let's head here and enter into door number 1. Okay, so this is regular sentry droid. Let's chop in half. And the medical droid. Okay. Nice. It's immune to that thing they try to do, so why did I do that? Oh, I don't know. But let's take down this droid. You got that, Bastila. And because Bastila just chopped it into bits, as you saw. We also upgrade the first aid cabinet and get some first aid. Med packs, that's always good. Med packs are always good. So, heal up. There's a corpse. Actually, we can loot the corpse. What do you have? What do you have? Credits or computer parts? Oh, some extra gear for T3, including the computer probe. So, the computer probe is a utility, basically increasing their computer skill by 2. The optical probe allows droid access to higher programming functions on any computer terminal. Better quality probes provide a cleaner access and increased functioning. Let's get different armor. Okay, no, and an upgraded shield. Upgraded from the basic portable energy shield, these units are marketed with companies and governments that would keep large standing forces of combat droids. The power drain is significant, however, and they must regularly be repaired or replaced. Alright, let's become Evan again and move forward. So, open this door. Open door number 2. Also, force powers actually do recharge pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about waiting too long for droids. Powers. It's more for force powers, not droid powers. Anyways, see if you can recover that gas mine. You're immune to poison anyway, so you're fine if it doesn't work. Heal yourself with a repair kit. Just heal yourself. So you don't die. Heal yourself with that, and let's security terminal here. Basically, the security terminal does exactly the front desk did. You don't have to use it that much. But there are supplies here, so we get the repair kit for ourselves. Place the one that we just used. Anyways, the security terminal, like I said, does the exact same as the other computer terminal, so don't use it. Let's enter into the main room. Oh, never mind. It's more troops. So, all right, and slash, and thank you, Bastila. I take that one out. All right, there's a trapped guy in a force field, a Duros.
You there, human? Remember me? You helped me once before when the Sith were trying to arrest me. Outside your apartment, do you remember?
Hey, I remember you. You helped hide the bodies. Right, I remember you.
We need to stop once again. This is gonna execute and remove the Sith corpses from your apartment complex. Please help me get out of this cage.
How do I get you out?
Switch all panels in the left thread off position. They'll be released. It's not as simple as it sounds. Switching a panel also switch the panel. Switch the panel beside it. You must be careful you do this, human. They set all the panels are green on. This is a cell termination program will engage and I will be executed.
So, we have a thing to do. We can switch them all on purpose and kill them instantly, but that's not a good thing to do. Why would you do that? But anyways, the trick is as simple as boop, boop, boop.
Thank you, human. I do not know what you are doing inside this military base, but I am grateful. Once again, I owe you a debt that I can never repay. Now I must leave this place before the Sith discover that I escaped. If you are wise, you will do the same. If the Sith capture you, I doubt anyone else will come by that set you free.
And we got a light side point. Hooray! Alright. Over here, open this door up. And find a security droid. No pause either. Nice drop, T3. You shorted yourself. Okay. Alright. So EXP is getting pretty close to what we need. And this door, we already killed all the guys in here with a well-timed explosive. Or explosive slicing. So let's hit the footlocker, which has a Sith-based pass card and an improved energy cell. What does the pass card do? The Sith pass card is basically a standard ID card for Sith troopers. We'll use that throughout the base. So first, I think this is the elevator down, so let's not go through there yet. Unless we want to be gunned down by an angry Warmac. Also switch to Bastila real quick, and use Force Secure. Heal up. Sure. The entire party, except for the droids. And they each raise more horsepower. Thank you, Bastila. Up the door, and there's some environment suits, a droid, parts, and a footlocker with adrenals, a computer spec, and a med kit. Nice! Alright, over here is another hallway, and over here is, I'm guessing, another hallway with a droid. Slash it dead. I know that melee has worse effects against droids, but it's still fun. Okay, that's the main hall, I know that. Even I could tell that was the main hall. Oh, there. Again, why are you attacking with grenades in close range? Okay, gotta keep us all alive. Ah, I'm on fire, I'm on fire! Bastila, heal us, for the love of God! Heal yourself, for the love of everything! And nice shot, Bastila. Shot that guy in half. Anyways. Okay, level up. Attributes, we can level up another attribute to be up, so we can upgrade our wisdom to a +2. Which is pretty good. Honestly, I probably should have boosted our intelligence. But anyways, skills. So, all we can do is treat injury. Feats. So, Master Flurry, we can do two-handed Master Fighting, which I will take right away. Because that is good. That means we have no penalty, or barely a penalty for using two-handed weapons. You are now able to hit things really hard. Without downsides. So, yeah. Let's hit this footlocker and check the corpses in the room. Yeah, this gets engine renewal stamina, computer spikes. They're replaced are the ones we used, and we'll be able to buy them later. No, they're not raining outside. Anyways, over here's the armory. Ooh, the armory. Bash. Bash. You know what, I should probably disengage. You know, I could use Bastila to bash. Probably better.
What?
How am I missing against a door? There. Oh, hello there. T3. You don't have to deal. You don't have to know how to deal with mines. Anyways, these are disabled because skill too low. I can do that though. These splash darts are disabled because we disabled them with the cameras. So let's just loot the armory. So we get ourselves an ion rifle, a beam splitter. We get ourselves some. So we get this weapons locker here. We get an energy projector and an instructor rifle, which now we can finally upgrade Car's weapons to max. So a bunch of grenades, and over here a weapons locker, which has a shield disruptor and a flamethrower. 2 more things for T3 to have. So, the flamethrower. Basically, this droid-mounted weapon can inflict damage over a broad area. The incendiary compounds within the borders on military quality, though the unit was initially designed for industrial purposes. Also, I'm going to change T3's script to Jedi droid support, meaning that they will now use their things, the armed things, instead of just doing nothing. Alright, let's head to the main call. Boop. And, oh my god. And you activated the gas mine, why? Bring it out. Okay, nice remind me. That went pretty well. Stop throwing mines! Anyways, over here is a Sith officer, or technician, I guess, not an officer at all. Nowhere near an officer. You're basically a basic medic. Anyways, here. You lower your force power though, which sucks, but hey, it's fine. And security terminals, same as always. Let's loot. Frag grenade. Frag grenade. That's so many freaking grenades. Okay. Okay, but yeah, droid units can be pretty useful for it. They don't actually get poisoned. So that's pretty useful. Anyways, let's activate this. And after the standard door. So, wow, these things look really cool. Anyways, head up here. First, arrest a sentry. We can use repair in order to fix it, but I'm too lazy to do that. So anyways, let's head down this elevator over here. I keep thinking of a certain thing, but it's for a later planet. It's Sith bases that will enter. Looking at you, Manon. Anyways. First, the standard door. Then there's the boss droid, which will lock the door behind us, and hopefully Bastila is in here with us, because if not, I'm kind of screwed. Thank you, Bastila. Alright, I'm going to flurry rush it. Bastila, you use Force Valor. And, yeah, and then you use the stun type, the droid stun type 1. Alright. Ow, my face. Keep missing. Just hit it, thing. You're missing, only hitting one, and then missing, okay, there it goes. There it goes. Alright. I'm stuck. Alright, I'm stuck and I'm unstuck. Okay, those blaster shorts were disabled earlier, which is good. Could you have overloaded the circuit? No. Alright. Anyways, we can head deeper into the Sith base. And head into an area before the boss. So, the real boss of the Sith base, so heal up, because we have to fight a foe, which none of us are prepared for. Or what, so you think.
Sure.
This is a Sith.
Who dares to break my meditation? You will pay for interrupting my... Wait. I sense the Force is strong with you. Very strong. Who would have thought a Force adept could be found on this insignificant planet? But your talent is no match for a disciple of the dark side.
Turn away from the dark side. It won't lead you to anything but destruction.
Spoken like a true drone of the Jedi Council. We Sith, however, have learned to embrace the potential of the dark side. It is what gives us strength. This meeting is a stroke of luck for me. My master will surely reward me with my lightsaber once I kill you.
And meets the Sith Governor. A literal Sith Lord. Well, not a Sith Lord, but a Sith Governor. Basically, it's a Sith. Remember, this is before the rule of 2. So the Sith had more than just one user. Or one user of the Sith, meaning there were more than, well, one Sith, basically. He also heal himself, so be careful. By draining your HP. And now he's on the floor, and he's dead. Well, Bastila went down. And down he goes by being on fire. But yeah. Careful about that. Our units can't go down, but anyways, we have the Terrace launch codes, the Adrenals, a thing, a Strength Gauntlets, and a Neural Bands. Also an Energy Shield, but who cares about that? Anyways. Okay. This, instead of boosting our dexterity, boosts our strength. Developed by the Methless Corporation, these gauntlets use pulses of energy to stimulate muscles at the key leverage points of combat, acting to effectively increasing strength. Though effectively, this does nothing. So, let's get an adrenaline amplifier and a cardio regulator, of course, as always. Let's see.
What can I
Wait,
do?
what do you have? Do you not have a belt on? Here, adrenal 1. Let's give you a fortitude 1. And you're pretty healed, hurt, so let's give you an advanced medical kit. And there we are. Yeah, let's loot some of these things. Some 50,000 credits. Or 500 credits. And a bunch of stuff that we can take. So, we have our security spikes, but we also have ourselves the launch codes that we need to get off the planet. This datapad contains the launch codes necessary to launch this ship from the planet surface without being destroyed by the Sith's auto-targeting cannons. Almost there to leaving. So, you just gotta open this, head out the Sith base. Just out the front door. And we did kill literally everyone inside of it. Quite literally, everyone. Alright. Let's leave the base. And then we'll end the episode when we meet Canderous. Because... yeah. Yeah, we'll end the episode here. Next time, Let's Play KOTOR. We'll be heading over to bring down the codes down to Canderous Ordo in the Lower City Cantina. Until then, see you guys then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.